Hello everybody, Storm Chaser B. Deanberry, Keystone Prime Weather, and today we're going to take a little bit of a tour and do some updates on the Jeep fleet. Units 1 and 2, let's go. Starting here with Unit 1, 2015 Jeep Compass, and yes, you can make a storm chasing vehicle out of these. There's a bunch of new equipment that I haven't talked about yet. If you haven't seen this vehicle before, we've got your Shoreline plug for an onboard battery charger. That's because this thing is laden with equipment, and most of it's not in here right now, actually. The scanner's not in here. That's in Unit 2. But we've got a new phone charger. That is the rig for filming this video. We've got a bunch of additional equipment. I'm going to walk you guys through all of that, but first we're going to take a little drive because this thing's needed some road time recently. All right, and this truck needed some repairs, quite a bit of repairs while it was down. And forgive me, I'm just getting back into it and figuring out how to drive it. Of course, this is my 5-speed manual 2015 Jeep Compass, and this is now my solo chasing truck if I have to do many solo intercepts. The Grand Cherokee, of course, offers much more interior space, and we're going to take this road, this twisty little road that they just reopened, with a brand new bridge down here. Knock the rust off the rotors, get some speed up. Let's get the brakes in. The brakes feel a little spongy, so we're going to firm those up. Those pads bed back in. And yeah, I actually really like this truck. This was my newest Jeep of the 2020s. I hadn't had a Jeep since an ancient XJ Cherokee from the late 80s. So this is the first Jeep in a while after a stint with Ford products. Overall, it's handling very nicely. Greatly enjoy this truck. It does have its shortcomings, and it is getting older, and it's showing 160,000 miles on the odometer. So it's been through some stuff. Anybody who's watched the videos over the past year know that there's been a lot of repairs to this truck, and not the least of which was one that happened back in February. Had to cut out and replace the entire start-run relay and fan control relay box that controls the ignition on this truck. It doesn't really appear on any Chrysler wiring diagrams, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you have any first-generation Compass or any Patriot, and your truck just doesn't start one day, no matter how much you crank it, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the little relay box that they put down by the road, the driver's side front fender well. You just take out those 3 little fasteners in the front, peel that liner back, and you'll see the box up there. And it always is a result of salt corrosion on the terminals, causing the wires to snap. That interrupts your spark circuit and makes it so your truck won't run. I'm gonna go up in the mall here and gonna give me a little bit of a mall crawl around, see how this thing handles. So far, so good. I mean, I replaced the shocks, all of the struts, and the CV axles, control arms, tie rod ends, ball joints, everything. Give it the business a little on private property. All right, roll that down a little. I forgot how much I enjoy driving this truck. I mean, it's not spongy and comfortable like the Grand Cherokee. It doesn't envelop you in luxury, but that's not the purpose of this vehicle. The point of this vehicle is basic transportation, and I really feel that these are underrated. I do. I think that the Compass and the Patriot, and to a lesser degree the Caliber, really were underappreciated. They were viewed as disposable vehicles, but it will not let you down, except for when it lets you down, but they're pretty easy to fix. So that's kind of the rundown with this vehicle. We're going to be taking this one on back to home base and dropping it off. And I need to get dinner. I need to pick up dinner for the family, so we'll go over Unit 2. It's got some goodies, and a whole different flavor of setup. This one's very loud and proud. It's covered in truck bed liner, which, by the way, I had to repair here recently, including body repairs. It wasn't just the truck bed liner. These trucks, no matter what you do to them, they have a tendency to rust around the rear wheel wells, and a rust hole opened up on the driver's side, and I'm expecting there to be one on the passenger side soon enough. So went ahead and packed that full of short strand fiberglass, sanded that down, got it even enough. I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty. And coated it with more truck bed liner. I knocked everything, all of the chipped liner off of the roof, and went ahead and recoated that with truck bed liner, sealed up any leaks because there were a few developing. So a little bit of a weird jump cut, but here's everything I said that we were going to do before we went on a drive. Okay, let's see what's inside. Oh, just a mess. Need to get this thing back together. So we went ahead and went with a 6-head dual color light stick. Now this thing is actually awesome because it'll operate in either just amber or amber green and has traffic advisor functions. Much the same with the new light bar up here. So we can see a full-size 36-inch light bar that was added for safety's sake and for identification's sake out in the field. Gone is the 360 rooftop camera. Here is the mount for the new Starlink Mini. Of course, the dish isn't up there right now. Rearranged a bunch of things and put the warning lights on the front bumper into play. And these are just surface mounts from AutoZone. Had to do a little bit of custom wiring on both the front and rear now, by the way, rear pods, to make them flash in sequence, alternating amber and clear, as you can see here. And if we look on the inside, there are provisions for the unit end scanner there right below the GPS, as always. But to control all the new stuff is this switch panel, and this thing is great. This does everything I need it to do. It doesn't have any whoop whoops or siren sounds. It's just a switch control with 12 switches that control everything I need to do, dual color. To be able to see everything clearly, I'm going to go ahead and turn on our new Speed Tech Lights LED. By the way, dual color will save your night vision. So microphones up here for the CB radio and the new ham radio. We have a Yaesu FTM 500DR. Once again, as we mentioned, that switch panel earlier controls all of the functions, and these are all currently in amber only, amber clear mode. This turns on green, and there is just so much that this controller is capable of doing, like turning on just the rear lighting, of course, my twin flood bars to either side for shooting damage, and then you have these aero control functions, which are quite useful sometimes, as well as a full front takedown on the light bar. Excellent for lighting things up without having a big nightlight on the front of the roof. And of course, marker lights just for non-seizure pattern marking. Plus, it looks really cool on video. Forgot how much I like this thing. Okay, we're back. Let's go check out Unit 2. Oh boy, Red Mode Unit 2. This is a 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland edition, and if you missed the earlier videos, you should really go ahead and watch those, because there is a little bit of a surprise for those who don't know that is waiting inside of these trucks. Namely, that it's no longer saddled with the anemic Pentastar minivan engine, but rather the 5.7-liter Hemi V8 from the 2500 work truck and the police interceptor model of the Charger. Now, there is work that has been done, replaced the water pump, replaced the coolant temperature sensor, replaced all types of stuff. We fixed the air suspension, but let's take a look at what's been done in here. because the footage from the installation process, it was filmed. However, the camera was giving me terrible fits and didn't record more than half of what I did. There's a lot of footage that I shot that I can't even use. So we learned a little bit about phone settings during that little bit of an adventure. But let's go ahead and take a look around the interior here. We've got the unit end set up right here, and this uses the exact same setup that the one in the Compass uses over in Red Mode Unit 1. The warning lights have been hidden. They are in the visor, along with a wireless control panel, which made hooking this up a lot easier. Now, all of the wiring is hidden indoors under the seats in the floor, which was very convenient because that's where the battery is in this vehicle. We replaced the overhead lights on the back end here with red LEDs to provide interior illumination at night without eye strain. And this, of course, does have the full panoramic glass sunroof, which we love so much. Let's take a look into what's been put in this truck, and we'll go ahead and start it, which in this truck is a lot more luxury. It's done with a push button. Listen to that dual exhaust. Just breathe. I love it. We have the old phone mount here from the Compass. We have split dual zone climate control, which I have already replaced 2 blend door actuators on. Thank you, Chrysler. The FTM 200DR that was in the Compass has been relocated to the inside of this easily closable center console area, so that's completely hidden. Got the nice Ram mounts microphone holder here. Now, in both of the trucks, there is a Ram mounts computer mount bolted to the passenger side front seat. That allows me to swap the computer mount out between either truck, depending on which one we are using at the time. But where's all the computer wizardry, you may ask? It's right here. This is great. It's an MSI business laptop. It turns into a tablet. That's what goes in the truck. No big mystical thing, no big huge hookup. The RAM mount goes in either truck, and that goes on it, and that's what controls everything. Next. The Travel-Fi 4G router that is used with a WAN port to the Starlink satellite dish that I have, and that actually goes on the glass sunroof because I've made that unit into a swappable portable unit. If it goes on this vehicle, it can have a suction cup mount. If it goes on the Compass, there is, of course, the hard-mounted mobility mount there on the roof. So, true V8 power has returned to the fleet. I'm very thankful for that. Let's go ahead and get to what everybody wants to see, which is lights. These lights here, there's only 4 switches that really do anything. And in the windshield is marker lights, just like on the Compass. However, these are more hidden. Then, of course, we have the rear, side, and front lighting, which is all Sprite lights, my beloved Sprite lights, in the same tricolor configuration as the Compass, keeping with fleet unity. Of course, this truck has been our designated go-to for the past little bit for the entirety of the spring. Ever since I got it in February and outfitted it, we've been using it. And this has seen tornadoes in Illinois, Mississippi, Alabama, and we're continuing on because this thing is a road-going bomber. I love this truck. It never asks any questions. It never gives up any type of protest, and when I ask for more power, I get it immediately, and it's so smooth and comfortable. I cannot begin to tell you how much, but enough talking about it. Let's go drive it. This truck has been very good to me, no matter what, and I keep having cooling system problems, which is annoying. I keep seeing that splatter coming out of there, and it leaves behind that telltale chalky residue of coolant, but I can't find where it's coming from. That bothers me. Like I said, might need to replace the radiator soon. Even if it's head gaskets, I don't care, because I will repair this truck and keep on chugging. That 5.7 liter V8 is the closest thing to a regular old 1980s, 1990s V8 that I grew up on and learned how to work on, and it's all that matters. Familiarity, simplicity. There's just plenty of computer involved. There's plenty of little crappy little sensors and everything. It's that wonderful Chrysler quality just waiting to break and cause me immeasurable financial harm and emotional pain. But it's worth it for owning one of these majestic beasts. We're going to go out, pick up dinner for the family, just take a nice, smooth, comfortable drive with its heated steering wheel and heated seats on this 44-degree day where I've chosen to wear shorts and flip-flops. I know, that's my fault. So, we're just gonna take it easy, take it smooth. Let's use the patented getting the hell out of the way technology there. You guys are just now meeting Football. Football is right there in the frame. Football is our mascot for Unit 2. Found Football abandoned in the rain on the sidewalk out front of the Commodore Hotel in Linden, Tennessee. Big thanks to Weather Nation and Severe Views Will Nunley for hooking us up with that one. Excellent hotel. Highly recommend it. Very unique. Oh yeah. So comfy. This has an air ride suspension with 4 selectable heights from curb height to a 3-inch lift kit built in. I oftentimes keep it just at standard driving height. No need to be big and tall if you don't need to be. We all grow up a little bit eventually. It's so comfy and spacious, it really is. And there's more than enough room for your random unsecured food items to roll around in. I'm a big fan of this truck. So as I've been mentioning, Red Mode Unit 1 will be getting back out there again soon enough. Repairs are almost complete. She's almost ready to go. And I'm actually looking forward to using it in these little regional situations because there's one thing I'm going to tell you. This truck has a ton of power. It will pass everything you throw at it on the road, except for a gas station. This thing gets an average, usually in town, of around 10 to 11 miles per gallon. And out on the highway, I can get it up to 16 to 17, but that's really trying. The Compass, on the other hand, Unit 1, that thing sips gas. I can get 245 miles, 265 miles sometimes out of a tank, but it's only got like a 15-gallon tank or a 10-gallon tank, something like that. This one, the tank is much larger, and it gets around the same mileage per tank. So, you know, we have had this thing all over the country here recently. Myself and Kylie, we have been out hitting it hard like the past month. As often as we can both get out and chase, we are. And we had this down in Linden, Tennessee to do overnighters for Severe View. We had this thing going through Indiana, Illinois, all the way into Missouri, and then turned to Tennessee down to get surprise hit by a tornadic thunderstorm in Saltillo, Mississippi, on our way down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Lake Tuscaloosa, where we intercepted another potential tornado and tagged along then with Brandon Jarvis, Sarah Kasabian, Heath Lawler, Nebraska Weather's Tim Jones, and field meteorologist Brett Adair, Live Storms Media, Weather Nation, as we all went and squatted up together in a line to tackle the advance on Gordo, Alabama. That was interesting. That's quite honestly my first real Dixie chase. We can consider the real South. It was her first real Dixie chase, and we certainly got to see some things in very good company. The 2 days later, we're out in Indiana and Illinois. We're out in Metcalfe, Illinois, filming a likely tornado in a field. We took another trip out with this truck to Indiana. Mostly a bust that day. However, I did net one ripping severe thunderstorm later that night. and this thing has been bouncing all around and has not given me a bit of trouble on the road. It always, thankfully, waits until it gets back in my driveway to explode various parts. Anybody who's had one of these Grand Cherokees knows what I'm talking about. So there's a little bit of update on the fleet. I certainly appreciate everybody for watching. We'll be trying to churn out some more content on the channels. This is just a little bit of a tour very quickly through both trucks, give a little bit of a idea of what we're working with in the field. And I'm working on a new video. I'm working on a series of new videos detailing some of the equipment that we use in the field, including Kyocera mobile phones, including Verizon Push-to-Talk Plus, including dispatch software, the command setup that is at our house that is used by PJ Moore. We are going to be doing a lot of content coming up, and I hope that you tune back in to watch us. So until next time, Speeding Barry, Keystone Prime Weather, I thank you for watching.